actually having class in TBC. Also, I can see quite a number of people attending class in Zoom. I think next time we have to cancel the class in Zoom. Is quite inconvenient. Anyway, first I really, good morning. We have just finished the celebration of New Year. I always prayers to have a happy and healthy life for all of you. Before we start the actual class, I think, Sonam, I think you need to mute your voice, sharing the voice. Okay, hello. So before we start the actual class, so I need to say a few things. The first, this is first, next 4 classes will be very general teachings, not really particular topic. There's a few reasons to say this because many of you have been studying Dharma for many years, many months, and also many of you really don't know how to put all the knowledge into practice. Therefore, many of you have a lot of confusion in how to put all together into simple practice. Second, yes, you got a lot of Dharma knowledge, but we are always being busy, not able to do meditation. So this class first mainly for how to put all your knowledge together into practice. The second is mainly for training in meditation. The third is putting, the solid foundation to do meditation. Therefore, this class we will start based on the, in Sanskrit they call Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna. In Tibetan we call Tempa Nyerja, mean mindful on the chosen object. Then this text, Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna, is a very important and common teaching using both traditions, Theravada and Mahayana. And also, I just let you know, or just sharing my experience with you as being a teacher in TBC for many years. Many of you received a lot of initiation, empowerments. Due to receiving a lot of initiation, then you have your daily commitments to complete the sadhana in your daily life, in every day. And some of you cannot finish the daily sadhana, then you feel very stressful. Also, this thing can be caused to have a lot of negative thoughts on the Buddha teachings. So in the future, if you really want to be serious practitioner, then you should not, receive a lot of initiation, empowerments. you receive the initiation, you attend the initiation, which is very necessary related to your daily practice. Otherwise, all the initiation empowerment become, not important, become useless. Also, it causes to have a lot of stressful minds. Therefore, you should not attend, for a lot of initiation. If you are really high practitioner, if you don't already have the foundation to practice Vajrayana, then it's okay to you receive a lot of initiation. Many of us, we don't have a solid foundation to be able to practice Vajrayana, particularly the higher, Tantrayana. Therefore, first we need to build the solid foundation. So how we should build the solid foundation for practicing Vajrayana, for practicing Mahayana, so to practicing the, you can call Hinayana. The first, we need the mindfulness. We really need mindfulness. Without mindfulness, if you try to do meditation here and there, try to practice, we cannot achieve anything in this life, in the future life. So this is, I want to say, beginning of our class. Then many people, come to see me, they're asking me, I have been doing meditation, I cannot have a good mindfulness. What should I do? And also many masters said, oh, you need to accumulate a lot of merit to have a proper meditation, proper mindfulness. Well, my answer is not that. Also, many masters or teachers say, oh, there's a lot of obstacle. You need to purify your negative karma. Also, I'm not going to say these are the obstacle not to having the proper mindfulness. The main obstacle for not able to do the proper meditation is the distracted minds. So within 1 minute, we can have a lot of thoughts. All the thoughts always distract when you try to do mindfulness. Therefore, at the beginning, we will start the Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna, which is the common teaching between Theravada and Mahayana. Particularly, the Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna is a very important text in the Theravada tradition, like Thailand, Sri Lanka, Burma, Cambodia, all of them, they chant the Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna Sutta. Also Tibetan, also we chant the Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna, particularly when we practice the 6th perfection, then the Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna Sutta become very important teachings. At the beginning, and all of you can open the soft copy of Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna Sutta. Thus have I heard, once the Lord was staying among the Kurus. That time Buddha was the country named Kurus. In the Kuru, there's a market town of theirs called Amasadama, is the kind of town or market area. And there the Lord addressed the monks. Then the monk answered, Lord. They replied, and the Lord said, there is monks. There's one way to purification of beings for the overcoming of sorrow and distress, for the disappearance of pain and sadness. That symbol what Buddha said, there's a purification of beings for the overcoming the sorrow and distress. Because we always feel, in our daily life, I am not happy, I am not so happy, because we have a sorrow. Mainly the sorrow refers to the physical sufferings. Then we have the distress, is the mental suffering. Due to these two types of suffering, we always feel the life is misery. Life is, full of sufferings. Therefore, the sorrow, the physical suffering, and the mental sufferings are the kind of foundation to give arise suffering. First, we need to realize there are two types of suffering which always bother in our life. It's bother for others. Then Buddha said there's a purification. We can purify the sorrow and distress. Also, there's a way we can, able to disappear of the pain and sadness. And also, there's a way, there's a one way for the gaining of the right path, for the realization of nirvana. There's a one way. As just one kind of one way means there's a one solid foundation we can apply in our daily life for purifying the sorrow and distress. And there's a one way for dissipating the pain and sadness. Also, there's one way gaining of the right path for the realization of nirvana. Therefore, if we don't want sorrow and distress, then we need to practice the four mindfulness. Clear? Also, if you don't want pain and sadness, again, we need to practice the mindfulness, which is we divide into four types of mindfulness. Also, if we really wish to gaining the right path, again, we need to practice the mindfulness, which is there as four types. Also, if we really be serious about achieving nibbana, is a Pali, is a nibbana, Sanskrit is a nirvana. This means overcoming from suffering and the sadness. Also, we need to practice mindfulness. There are four types. Therefore, Buddha was, really emphasizing for meditation. One thing, all of us very lucky to able to study Dharma with many masters. In another way, we are very unfortunate not able to practice the meditations. If we are able to bring these two together, the teaching and the meditation, the knowledge and the meditation, then day by day, we can reduce our suffering, mainly the mental sufferings. Through meditation, how we can reduce our physical sufferings, right? Cannot much, but still we can minimize the physical suffering through the meditation. 100% we can eliminate the mental suffering through meditation. For example, aging, sickness, death, So we cannot really eliminate through the meditation within the short time. In the long time, yes, we can eliminate the physical suffering. At this moment, when we really compare the two types of suffering, physical and mental, yes, the mental suffering is more deep. It lasts for many years. The physical sufferings, today we have the physical suffering, headache and so, so we can able to reduce, minimize, we need to overcome the physical suffering within the short time. Therefore, within the two, the mental suffering is more serious than the physical sufferings. But in order to eliminate the physical sufferings, we need to eliminate the mental suffering. Therefore, there's a connection. At the beginning, you just think in order to, eliminate the sorrow, distress, pain, and sadness, I need to be very serious about meditation. If I really want to achieve the path, the right path for the realization, then I need to do serious meditation. If we are very serious about achieving liberation, nirvana or nibbana, then we have to be very serious about meditation. But unfortunately, we are very serious about the Dharma knowledge of Dharma. We are always be serious about receiving a lot of teachings and classes, but not that serious about meditation. Therefore, this class, for the next 4 sessions, we will stress, we need to focus on more about meditation. So these are, until this paragraph is a kind of summary of the Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna. Means, in order to overcome from the sorrow, suffering, sadness, distress, we need to do meditation. In order to achieve the right path or liberation, we need to do meditation or mindfulness. Therefore, this is to say the 4 foundation of the mindfulness. The 4 mindfulness are the foundation for overcoming the sufferings and the problem. Those are the foundation for achieving the right path and the liberation. There's a right path is very important. If we follow the right path, we will reach to the right destination, right? When we follow the wrong path, doesn't matter how much desire you have to reach to the right destination, we cannot. Therefore, the right path. So, in order to have the right, in order to have the right understanding, the correct understanding of the path, then we need to rely on the 2 sources. One, we need to rely on the right person. Doesn't matter the person is a full audience or not, the right person. Because these days we have many lay person, teachers and masters. There's a right person. The right person means a person must have the full or complete knowledge of the Buddha teaching. Complete, not just a piece of here and there. Complete Dharma knowledge. This is talking about based on knowledge. Yes, the person has the right knowledge. The person has the complete knowledge of the Buddha teaching. If the person doesn't have the pure or right motivation, which is great compassion, then the right knowledge, if the complete knowledge cannot be useful, cannot be benefited for us. Therefore, the right person needs the two conditions. The full of complete knowledge of the teaching with a good heart, passionate heart, the right person. Then, so in order to continuously practice, we need to study. Therefore, the right teaching or the right, the Dharma books. So we must have a two, then we can have the right path. That is to say, the four foundations of the mindfulness. Then what are the four? Here monks, a monk, abide contemplating body as a body. Attend means you must be very diligent. You must have a good effort. Then clearly aware and mindfulness is talking about three inner condition. The first one, adherent, means kind of diligent, the right effort. They're clearly aware. Second is clear aware. The third is mindfulness. You can say now, in order to have a mindfulness, first we need the clear awareness. In order to have a clear awareness, we must have we need to put the right effort. That means adherent, clearly aware, and mindfulness. So when we do meditation, first, of course, you cannot meditation cannot be done within the 5 or 10 minutes. You need to put effort, continues to do meditation for, let's say, half hour or 1 hour. But at the beginning, we are very serious, and between we give up. Therefore, we need very diligent mind, able to continuously do meditation. So in order to do the meditation, we need to aware. We need to aware the reality. We need to aware the object of meditation. Right? Meditation. Third, so based on the adherent awareness, then you can have a mindfulness. For example, when we do meditation on the body, first we need to aware our own body, the nature of the body. We need to have a clearly awareness of body. When we clearly aware, then we can mindful on the body. Two of them is very much depend on the diligent or effort. This you need to relate with the rest of them. Contemplating body as a body, adherent, clearly aware, and mindful. They having put aside hand carrying, fettering means is attachment and anger. Hand carrying is an attachment, and fettering is kind of the hatred or anger for the world. So when we do meditation, we cannot do meditation, within the arising attachment. We cannot do meditation within the arising hatred to someone. For example, before you are doing meditation, you have a very strong kind of desire to drink, like a coffee or tea. So you have an attachment. So within this attachment, when you try to do meditation, you cannot, because the attachment really disturb you. The attachment asking, I need coffee, I need drink. So the mind cannot do meditation. Also, before you do meditation, if you have a strong anger or hatred, you hate someone, within the sense of hatred, when you try to meditate on something, yes, at the beginning you can meditate short time, then the anger disturbs your mind to about to mindfulness. As therefore Buddha said here, put aside the anger, hand-carrying, and the fettering of the world. He avoid contemplating the feeling as a feeling. He avoid contemplating mind as a mind. He avoids contemplating mind object as a mind object. That is Buddhism, adherent, clearly awareness, clearly aware and mindful, having put aside hankering and fettering for the world. This is the kind of the summary for the rest of the text, rest of the teaching. Okay, here first, what we need to do the meditation in order to overcome from all the sufferings and problems. Also, we need to do meditation in order to achieve the right path. Clear? But also we need to do the mindfulness or meditation in order to achieve, you can name liberation, nirvana, everlasting happiness. So for those reasons, we need to do meditation, right? Then yes, understand, I need to do meditation. So how many types of meditation? There's millions of meditations. So we cannot practice all of them in short lifetime. Therefore, as a foundation, we need to do the 4 types of meditation. Clear? 4. What are they? Meditation or mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the feeling, then mindfulness of the mind, the mindfulness of the object of the minds. The 4 types of meditation, right? Meditate on your body, meditate on your feeling, meditate on your minds, meditate on the object of your minds. So why we need to meditate on body? Why we need to realize the body as a body? Everybody knows this is my body. Body is body, right? Do we really aware the actual, the reality of our own body? Do we realize? When we look at other, do we really realize the actual body of reality of others' body? No, right? Even though our body is with us for many years, but we haven't realized the actual reality of our body. When we look at other, maybe I saw him or saw her, we are talking about the physical body. When we look at others, even though we can see the person, we are talking to the person, but we are not really realized the actual reality of the body. Due to not knowing the reality of the body, then we have so many attachment, ego. Many people have very strong ego. I'm a very strong person. I'm very, I have a beautiful body. I have a, such a nice body, so and so, right? Therefore, we haven't realized the actual body. It causes arising attachment. Also, when we look at others, we say, wow, this person is so nice, that person is so beautiful. This actually caused by not knowing the actual reality of the body of other beings, other animals. Therefore, we need to realize, first we need to realize, we must have a good awareness of our own body and others' body. Then we can control the attachment. Because there are many types of attachment on the food, drink, house, position, or like job. We have so many attachment, right? Also, we have a very lot of attachment towards human beings. If you really compare yourself, I have an attachment for food. I have an attachment for a person. If you compare these two attachments, which is the more serious? Which is always disturb you? Disturb your peace, disturb your daily sleeping, disturb your job. Mainly attachment towards a human, two humans, many humans. Why I say many? It's very funny for me because it's one person, many times come to TBC. He has a lot of kind of attachment towards many people. This attachment which he have, it really destroy his life, destroy the relationship with his wife, destroy the relationship with the families. He cannot control the attachment towards many people. Therefore, attachment was, human or person is more serious than the attachment towards position, name, and fame. Therefore, we need to meditate on based on realizing the actual body. The feeling. Why we need to meditate on feeling? Why I need to realize the the actual reality of feeling, the feeling. Yes, if somebody asks you, what is your favorite food? Your favorite drink? Your favorite place, person? What is your favorite in your life? Different people has a different answer. If somebody asks me, what is your favorite drink? I will say coffee. Right? Actually, we said coffee is my favorite drink. Right? Or rojak is my favorite food. Yes, right? Are we really like the food color? Which one we really like? When you say, oh, coffee is my favorite, I'm not talking about the glass. I'm not talking about the cup. I'm not talking about the color of the coffee. What? A craving. Craving. When you drink, then you feel the tasty of the coffee. When you eat the particular food which you really like, then actually you are craving, you have a very strong craving for the feeling. Not the color, not the shape, not the container, right? Feeling. The feeling is, we don't realize the actual feeling. The feeling also is a very, it becomes very close to bring a lot of sufferings. Therefore, second, in order to control attachment or anger, we need to realize the actual body. Also, we need to realize the feeling. When you say, I'm happy, you're talking about feeling. When you say, I'm not happy, you're talking about your feeling. Right? Therefore, second is the mindfulness on feeling. The mind. Then why I need to meditate on mind? Why I need to realize the mind? Because we already talked about the body, the feeling, the conception on the body, the concept on the feeling is actually, it comes from the mind. Mind. The mindfulness of the mind. So again, we need to control our minds. How we can control our minds? Then it's an object of the mind, right? It's the mind objects. In order to control our mind, we need to realize the object of the minds. For example, some of you can say, I really like the, like a song. You say, oh, I really like the song. Mean the the air consciousness, when they hear the song, then you say you have the feeling. The air consciousness receiving the song. The song is object of the air consciousness. The air consciousness calls to arise attachment desire. Therefore, we need to realize the object of the minds. Air consciousness, neural consciousness, and all this, the five senses, or maybe also include the sixth mind. Therefore, the fourth is mindfulness of the object. Right? So here I will ask a question. What are the four mindfulness? The four mindfulness are the mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the mind, so the feeling, the mindfulness of the mind, the mindfulness of the object of the mind, right? Therefore, we need to do meditation as a foundation, as a just one part. I mean, this is the most important. If you have this whole meditation, that's what will come as a one way or foundation. So this is the kind of, the summary of the rest of the teaching. So now we'll start the mindfulness of the body, contemplation of the body. The summary has two parts. First, Buddha introduced us, teach us why meditation is so important, right? Why it is so important. Second, Buddha, taught us, introduced us, how to do meditation, how many types of meditation. So first, why meditation is so important? Why? Why mindfulness is so important? They say, I don't want suffering. I want happiness, right? I want to achieve liberation. I want to eliminate all kinds of sadness and sorrow. Therefore, we need to do meditation. The second is, within this, so then how we should do meditation? The Buddha said, put aside attachment and anger and meditate on the body with the dread, awareness, then mindfulness. Then how many types? There are 4 types of meditation as a foundation. Right? Body, feeling, mind, the object of mind. All of them have a connection each other. Right? Now we can say, the mind, object of the mind, the feeling. What's feeling, right? When you feel the fragrance of the particular, what you call, the perfume, when you feel, very particular perfumes, then you have a very pleasure minds. Right? The pleasure minds arise within you because you have the feeling, pleasant feeling. The pleasant feeling you have because the object, which is the perfumes. Same perfumes, I can feel, you can feel, you have a very pleasant feeling. Maybe I can have a very unpleasant feeling. A pleasant or unpleasant feeling is arising based on the perfume, which is the object. Then when you have a pleasant feeling, then you have a attachment, you have a craving. You don't want to lose this pleasant feeling, right? Can we continuously keep a pleasant feeling for many years? Cannot. When we have pleasant feeling, no, when we don't have the pleasant feeling, then what we feel? We feel angry, upset. Therefore, you can say feeling can be caused to arouse attachment, caused to arouse anger. That means object and the feeling. Then the mind. The mind. What is the mind? Is really kind of what you call Why is the mind is important? Then we said this is pleasant, this is unpleasant, this is beautiful, this is ugly. Everything, projected by minds. Therefore, mind. Now you can see the mind, first object, then feeling, then the mind. Anger is mind, attachment is mind, hatred are mind. You can see there's a order, right? There's a 4 types of. Now we move the first meditation, which is meditation on body, the contemplation of the body. Body can be referred to the flesh body, also referred to our breath. So we reach few lines, then we do meditation. Mindfulness of the breathing, and how monk does on a monk about contemplating the body as a body. Say body as a body, not just a meditate on body. Body as a body. We need awareness to realize the body as a body. Here a monk, having gone into the forest or to the root of the tree or to the empty place, is explaining, talking about the way we should do meditation. Forest, the root of the tree, empty place. Because generally India, ancient time, the weather was very hot. They didn't have the air condition. Therefore, go in the forest, in the cooling place, the root of the tree, which you can have a shadow, also which you have the support by the tree. Right? Then third is the empty place. In English, they say empty place, and the Tibetans say empty meditation room. So when you do meditation in your room, the room must be, better to be empty. Shouldn't have a lot of objects. It's an empty place. The Tibetans say your empty meditation room. Here say in Tibetan, empty, like a meditation room. Dongpa means empty, home means meditation, Kangpa means like a room, right? Empty meditation room. The forest is very important because the person can feel the cooling. Then the tree, you can see Buddha was born under the tree, meditate on the tree, achieve liberation under the tree. Also, tree is very important. Actually, when you're walking in the forest, when you look at the tree, tip of the tree, top of the tree, we believe is expand your life. You can have a long, always watch, look at the top of the tree, not the root. When you look at the top of the tree, all the beautiful thing is always on the top. The flower, the fruits, the shape, right? Then when you look at the top, you can have the kind of pleasant feeling. When you look at the root, also you're going to have an understanding of the actual cause of the fruits and flower. Then sitting in the tree, the person can have a cooling feeling, the person can have the understanding of impermanent and changing. Then empty meditation room. In the ancient time, you can see, all the vihara. Vihara is the very unique name in Buddhist. We Buddhists always use the vihara, not the temple. Now it's a Buddhist temple. We say Buddhist vihar, Hindu temple, Christian church, Muslim mosque. Then Jews they use synagogue, right? Synagogue. There's a different name. So temple means the worship place. We are not in mainly for worshipper to worship to the Buddha. We are Buddhists. When we go to temple, like the area we say vihara, like a learning center, education center, learning institute, vihara. So you can see in the ancient time, when you think about the ancient time, none of the temple used to have a lot of statues, painting, tankas. Simply, all temple must have a Buddha statue. Later part, at the beginning, there wasn't actually has the Buddha statue, empty meditation room. When the room is empty, there's not much you can, have the image of the object. When you sit in the room is very empty, just wall and window, not much in the statue, flower, tanga. Then you don't have a lot of image in your mind. When you just sit there, you open, you can just see the empty wall. When you close, you just maybe for the short time you have the image of the wall, not of the statue in painting. That's what empty the meditation room. Related to this, meditation room, also this day, so many Buddhists has problems. So many Buddhist, family as a Buddhist or individual as a Buddhist, people has a lot of inconvenience because the room is so small. You set up, so many religious objects, different types of tangas, statue, pictures, all kinds of your dispel, right? Dispel, you just set up there. So when you do meditation, you have all the image in your mind. So when you meditate on something, all the image appear to in your minds. It disturb you. Therefore, better to have a empty place, empty meditation room, or the meditation room has a less object. This is talking about where we should do meditation. Forest, the root of the tree, or to the unempty place, and sit down on the cross-legged. It's okay. If you could, you do the cross-legged. If you cannot, you just sit comfortably. Sit on the chair, sit on the cushion, which is comfortable for you. You just sit that position. Don't force to, cross-legged. Then you have a problem. Then most important is here. Mindful, empty place, sit down on cross leg, holding his body erect, having established mindfulness before him. There's a problem. There's a little difference between Tibetan and English here. It's established mindfulness. You just sit, the forest, the meditation, after you sit it, then you must mindful where? Establish the mindfulness in the Tibetan say upper part of your mouth. Upper part of your mouth. You just sit, comfortably, then you are mindful. Establish mindfulness, the upper part of your mouth, lower part and upper. Here, upper part. Then, when you do the breathing meditation, you should not close your mouth. You should not completely close. You have a slight open. your mouth suddenly open. Again, why? When you fully close your mouth, then your breath becomes so strong. You can test, right now we can test, okay? Everybody just, first you close your mouth, fully close your mouth, and you just breathe in and out. The breath is very, we say, very strong. Right? Now you open your mouth, open slightly, comfortably, just open, and then you breathe in and out. Then the breath is very light and shallow, right? Because the air is going in through the two area, once through your nose, a little bit through your mouth. Therefore, the breath is very shallow and light. When you close your mouth, the air only going through your nose. So the breath or the air is so strong. Look like when you share the water in two pipes, the water has a strong and weak kind of pressure. So somehow when you do meditation, you should not fully close your mouth, slightly open and do the breathing meditation. And establish mindfulness upper part of your mouth. That means upper part of the inside, upper part. Having established mindfulness upper part of the mouth, mindfully, he breathes in, mindfully he breathes out. Okay, so today, just sit comfortably, establish your mindfulness upper part of your mouth, and do, breathe in and out without losing, mindfulness upper part of your mouth. Clear? Okay. Okay, here everybody do test, yourself. how we know, I really establish my mindfulness upper part of your mouth, upper part of your mouth. How do we know? How do I know? If you really able to, mindful, able to establish, able to mindful on the upper part of your mouth, then you can feel the breath is going in and out, in and out. You can really clearly able to feel the breath is going in and out. If you're not able to feel, if you're not able to feeling, that means you are not really mindful on upper part of your, like a mouth. You test yourself. Okay, next, let's say everybody able to establish their mindfulness on the upper part of upper part of your mouth, and you can feel, the breath going in and out. Here, very particular experience you can have. If you really about the mindful upper part of your body, when you breathe out, you can feel the breath is the feeling of your nose. You can feel the feeling about your nose. Also, when you breathe in, also you can feel the breath is touching your like upper part of your mouth. This is the first step. Now, second, everybody breathe long as much as you can in and out, long in and long out. That time also you must have awareness. My breath is really, long out, long in, long out, long here. Buddha said here, breathing in a long breath. He knows that it breathes in a long breath. Breathe in a long breath. And breathing out a long breath, he knows that his breaths are a long breath. And now, next, few seconds, just you do testing yourself, breathing in a long, breathing out also long, need to aware. Okay, next, we change into the short, breathing. Breathe in short, breathe out short. Also here, two things important, mindfulness and awareness. You're always mindful upper part of your mouth. You must aware my breath is short, in short or short. Means make sure you should missing any of the two, awareness and mindfulness. And breath in short, breath out short. Okay, this is the second step within the breathing meditation, breathing in and out. First important, establish your mindfulness on the upper part of your mouth. Clear? Second important is awareness and mindfulness. The mindfulness always mindful on upper part of your mouth, mindful. That means you can, the mind is always there. Awareness, need to aware the air is going in and out. You need to be able to feel the feeling of breathe in and out. Right? First step. A few conditions, right? First, establish the mindfulness on your upper part of your mouth. Second, always need to aware the breath in and out. Then you breathe in and out, you need to aware the breath going in and out for long out, long in. Second, also a short breath. You breathe in short or short. Also, you need to be able to aware the breath is short in, short out. Third one here, the page number 136. He breathes out of short breath. He turns himself thinking, I will breathe in conscious of the whole body. He turned himself thinking, I will breathe out conscious of the whole body, He time himself thinking, I will breathe in, coming the whole bodily process. He turned himself thinking, I will breathe out, coming the whole body process. Just as a skilled turner or carpenter or his assistant in making a long turner, know that he is making a long turners or making a short turner. He knows that he is making a long short turner. So too a monk in breathing in a long breath knows that he breathes in long breath, and so turn himself thinking, I will breathe out, coming the whole body process. This is the fourth step. So usually we 24 hours we always we breathe in and out for 24 hours, but we never realize the whole body actually there's a process of breathing in and out with the whole body. Right? Therefore, when you breathe in, slowly you will aware the breathing is not just breathing from your nose. Also, all parts of your body, there's oxygen coming in. The oxygen or the air going out. There's a whole body process in and out, in and out, in and out. So you need to realize what the body is look like. That means it's a meditation on the body, realize body as a body. The third step, when we breathe in, we need to realize the process. Himself thinking, I will breathe out conscious of the whole body. Okay, and you need to conscious, you need to aware the whole body as a process, breathing in and out, is the third. Okay, everybody just mindful your minds on the upper part of your mouth. When you breathe in, you need to aware whole your body is actually breathing in and also breathe out. You need to aware the process of the whole bodily process. Okay, it's now 11:10, so we can stop today's lesson here. For this, what we discussed today, you must practice for next 6 days. On the next Sunday, when we have a class, I will just ask you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, and you're able to understand what is the step 1 and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. If you're not able to remember all the verses, at least you must remember the essence, the short essence of each of the steps. And also, everybody knew there's a serious earthquake in Syria and what called this one? Syria and? Yeah, Turkey, right? Actually, you can say I'm Indian. I'm Indian because I was born in part of India. So, as an Indian, we have some kind of misunderstanding or a lot of misperception when we say, like Turkish and Iran. Many Indian think, oh, Iran and Turkish are our enemy. Also, many Turkish and Iran people think Indian are, our enemy. This is totally, wrong view. If we think based on, as a human being, whether the person is from Asia, Europe, America, doesn't matter, we are same as human beings. Also, as a human being, when we looking from the, the suffering side, whether you are Asian, being a European, American, everybody has a suffering, the physical suffering, mental suffering. Therefore, we should not really discriminate, or we are Asian, they are European and American, African. Also, they also should not discriminate, oh, we are European, they are Asian and American. We must, every day, we need to realize we all together, living together on just one planet. We don't have, like a different planets for Asia, one planet for Asian, one planet for European, one planet for America. We are all living in very small planets. Due to different causes and condition, right now, last week, there's a serious earthquake in Syria and Turkey. Right now, we can imagine the sufferings of the people who are there. Actually, we cannot feel the suffering, we can imagine. Right now, if you are in, Turkish and Syria, then you can feel the suffering. You really can see the suffering. Right now, we are imagining, we are doing imagination. Let's say you are mother. Somehow you are safe. Your whole family is really chopped up under the building. How do you feel? There's 100,000 people lost their house, lost their property, lost their money, whatever. They totally lost totally. So this is most important time. We must, support as much as we can. You can donate clothes. You can send, donate food. You can donate medicine. You can donate, like money, whatever. How much you can, please support, these two countries. Also, in the future, there will be serious earthquake in, Indian part of India, like Himalaya, particularly like the eastern part of India. So we need to prepare. Right now, I think many of you already make a contribution to benefit those victim families, the victim people. Also, mentally, we do dedication who are survived, who are passed away. So dedication is very important. Also, we dedicate in the future, we should not have that kind of serious natural disaster. Therefore, everybody first visualize, remember the Tipal gem, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and wish all sentient beings be happy. Particularly, we seriously feel, wishing the victim family or individual free from suffering and free from the problems. Having this kind of strong aspiration, we do pray to Tipal gem in Sanskrit, which is Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Also, you can add Namo Gurube. So today we decide the 4 verses for taking refuge to the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, until those victims free from sufferings, difficulties. First, visualize those countries, those people, particularly those victim people. Take refuge to the Tripaljan, will benefit for them. Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, 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 Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. So this is the prostration to benefit all sentient beings. So we seek refuge to the Tripaljan, become a refuge, those people who are victim, who has a lot of self-problem. Buddha Sharanam Gacchami, Dharma Sharanam Gacchami, Sangha Sharanam Gacchami, Guru Sharanam Gacchami, Buddha Sharanam Gacchami, Dharma Sharanam Gacchami, Sangha Sharanam Gacchami, Guru Sharanam Gacchami, Buddha Sharanam Gacchami, Dharma Sharanam Gacchami, Sangha Sharanam Gacchami, Guru Sharanam Gacchami, Buddha Sharanam Gacchami, Dharma Sharanam Gacchami, Sangha Sharanam Gacchami. Next, we will recite the Medicine Buddha's mantra in order to heal the victim from physical and mental suffering. There are so many people who are having lots of physical suffering. Somebody lost the head, the legs. Somebody lost their legs. Somebody has a lot of physical damage. So we wish all victims quickly heal the physical suffering. Also this day, all the Turkish and the other countries, everybody has an emotional suffering. Therefore, also we pray to Medicine Buddha, heal their mental suffering, heal their emotional suffering. Always wish them physically healthy, mentally happy. All the serious injured people will quickly be healthy very quickly. Next, we recite the mantra of the compassionate Buddha, which is called the Shora, to be able to generate love and compassion towards those victim people. Also, we wish all the victim people, victim person, family, able to generate love and compassion, reduce the anger and hatred source towards the country, towards the people, towards anything. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. Last dedication, without reciting the verses, we are going to dedicate all the merits, all the positive actions we have accumulated this morning during our Dharma class, during our recitation. Also, we dedicate all our merits we have accumulated since beginning lesson until today to dedicate the merit to benefit those victim people who are survived in the Turkish and Turkish and Syria, also the victim people in Russia and Ukraine. Also, we dedicate the merit to benefit those people who are already passed away in the Pardo. Second, we dedicate all the merit to stabilize the world, able to stop all the natural disaster in the part of all the world. Last, we dedicate the merit to able to practice the four mindfulness, which is the foundation to overcome from sorrow and suffering, which is the foundation to able to achieve the right path, which is the foundation for achieving liberation. Okay, so thank you so much for attending the class. We will see you on next Sunday. Thank you.